Alright guys, so welcome to today's video guys. I'm going to be going over the top 3 penny stocks in the healthcare sector that have FDA related dates set up for the month of August. Now, these dates are important to us because when these companies release any kind of press release related to the FDA, the company can either react positively or negatively to the news. So this is going to provide us with a great price action on the stock when the stock reacts either positively or negatively to it. So we can either take a long position or we can take a short position. We can take a day trade or a swing trade. Now in this video, I'm going to explain to you exactly the dates, the price levels that we can use, and also what we need to look for specifically when we're taking these positions, guys. If you're interested in that, make sure you stay tuned. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to walk you through exactly what we need to look at. So let's get right into the video. Alright guys, so the first stock we're going to look at is going to be KLA. Now this company has a share float of 34.85 million shares. Shares outstanding right now is 34.85. The share float is 33 million, and currently the short float is 5.29% of the share float. So the average true range for this company is actually moves pretty well, like 30 cents throughout the day, within a day. And institutions, 83.4% of the stock is owned by institutions. So that speaks a lot about what this stock is about. So there's a lot of hedge funds or institutions who are really interested in the stock. So this makes it very, very interesting. So the insider transaction that we're currently up to date is 0.34%. Insider ownership is 4.25%. Basically the CEOs, CFOs, employees, anything like that. And the other thing that's important to us is to look at the income. At the income, the company is losing $80 million. And also, we have to look at the important factor, which is going to be the volume. So when that press release date approaches, or during that day, we have to look at the average volume and also the volume. So on average, the stock has 186,000 shares traded per day, compared to the volume is 118. So we need to really consider if that volume increases during that day, we can figure out there's going to be certain things that can affect the stock. Now let's look at what the FDA dates is for the stock. So the FDA date for KLA is going to be on August 15, and the drug that they are trying to process or get approved by the FDA is called KPI 121. And the drug is used to treat the dry eye disease. So if they progress with the stock, we're going to be able to see some really interesting things happen in the stock. Now let's going to go straight into the chart and look at the important price levels that we can use to pinpoint either place a swing trade or a day trade. So as you can see over here, the stock is kind of like bouncing up and down, but it's kind of like undecisive right now. So we can use this price level over here at $6.50 to look at as a resistance area, because the price level over here, there's a great amount of supply and demand over here, because it reached the price over here and kind of sold off. And as you can see over here, it kind of broke through this price level, but it consolidated. So 650 area is definitely where there is a supply and demand balance there, and it's usually kind of hard for it to break through. So after it hit that 650 area, it kind of went down a little bit. So we can use also this 521 area as a support, mainly because the price bounced over here, and we can clearly see that this area is kind of respected in a way. So if you want to take a long position, for example, you can take risking off of this price level, and your first target is going to be this area, which is going to be the 60-50 area, or you can take a short position if the price starts to approach $6.50, or you do your own due diligence and things like that, and you discover the company is actually going to have a negative news released from the FDA. So you can take a short position risking off of 650 area, and your target can be right around over here at $4. So you can pinpoint those price levels, but it's really important to wait for that company to have to wait for that specific date and see what's going to happen with the price levels and the volume present on that specific day. Now we can look at the company's website. If you also need to get more information about the company, you can visit their website. It's called clarx.com. So you can go there, you can go click on the about page, overview, management team, board directors, and all that, advanced knowledge treatment for dry eye and ocular surgery. It's going to be the news they also have like a news feed over here. You can click on it, you can click on the about, the management team. Let's look at the board of directors. So it's probably the people that are running the company, or they're having key roles to play with the company. So you can go there and see what they are, what the CEO is, and all that fun stuff if you want to dig deep and understand what these people are. So the board members, they don't even have pictures of them. You can read more about them specifically, but that is about it for Kala. Now let's move on to the second stock. So the second stock we're going to look at is going to be ticker symbol NBRV. So this stock has a share outstanding of 69.8 million. The share of the float is 69.8 million. The share of the short float for this stock is 2.79% of the stock is actually held by short sellers. I believe the stock is going to go down, and we have institution ownership at 49.6%. So this is decent, like almost half of the company is held by institutions, and insider ownership is 0.61%. As you can see, the stock does not really fluctuate that much up and down. The average true range is 10 cents. The average volume for today was 967,000. The volume is 228,000. And the most important thing that we need to look at is the company either profitable or not. And the income is basically they're losing $121 million. So they need to have a positive news come up within the next few, with the drugs that they're trying to process through the FDA and get it approved and get it set up for the public. Now let's look at the FDA dates when this specific company it is going to release it. So the date, as you can see over here, it's going to be in August 19, and the drug that they are trying to process to the FDA is called Lefamulin, intravenous and oral. So this is good. This is the drug that's going to treat moderate to severe community acquired bacterial pneumonia, which is CABP. So this is a drug that they're trying to process through. Now let's go straight into also before we do that, we can actually go to their company and see, before we look at the chart, to see exactly what this company is all about. Visiting their websites and doing more research about it can actually help us determine, if this company is solid or not. So as you can see over here, this is their website, driven to deliver innovative treatments for patients with infectious disease. So you can go learn more about Novel, got shareholder news, events, and all that kind of stuff. Join our growing team and collaborate with us. And this is the most important part of the company, the press release. So the most important thing about the FDA news and all that kind of stuff, they release, when they release their dates, they publish it over here, and you can come find out over here, but you can also get it from different news sources. But let's click on what is it about. Let's see what they have, any kind of things or any kind of special things posted over here. Meeting for demand new antibiotics, 2006, company history, all that kind of stuff. So if you want to do more research about their company, you can just go straight to their website. It's NBRV.com. So you can just go there and just do more research about it. Now let's go straight into the chart and see what is up with it. Let's look at the price points level that we can use to risk our trades to either place a long or short position to our portfolio. So as you can see over here, this is the daily chart we're looking at. Let's look at the 5-year chart. This is the 5-year chart, and the stock has been trending down. It's been going down a lot. However, it finds support over here. This was the low that it ever went at $1.14, but now it's kind of trickling down, and it kind of made an ascending triangle, but it is going to eventually have to make a move within the next month because of the FDA related news that we are currently expecting. So we can use these price point of $3.13 as our first target if you're looking for it to take a long position, risking off of this price point, which is going to be really not good because it's not ideal. But you can actually use this price point because this is actually following this trend line. You can risk off of this level and take a long position, or if you want to take a short position, you can risk off of this level and take a short position. But ideally, I suggest that you wait for the stock to react to exactly what the with the FDA. So if the FDA says it's great, we're going to proceed with the drug and things like that, the stock can positively move, and expect the stock to, the volume to show up and for the stock to move up. So these are the key price points level that we can possibly use, and our targets are definitely leveled up and set up. And if you're more optimistic about the stock, if you're taking a long position, your target can also be at $4. And if you're pessimistic about the stock, you think the stock's going to get beat down as it's been doing for the past few months, you can also target the break of the lows of the stock, so which is at below $1, which is going to be basically at 0.80 cents or 90 cents. Now let's move on to the last stock we're going to look at, Vanda Pharmaceuticals. I have a share outstanding of 54.26, share float is 51.54. It has a short float of 8.71%, which is kind of like relatively below average, so it's kind of pretty good. So the average true range for the stock is 57 cents. So this stock on a daily basis can move 50 cents, above 50 cents. So that is really, really volatile. Not that extreme volatile, but it can move substantially very well. And the average volume is 753,000, the volume 368,000. We always have to look at this volume because during that press release date, we expect an excessive amount of volume to show up. So there's going to be extreme liquidity for us to either take a long or short position on this stock. And also the income is actually profitable. They make 21.5 million shares of float, $million. They make a profit. And we can also go to their website and see what they're up to. Let's look at their website, and we're going to also look at when is their FDA dates for the month of August. So this is just their website. It's not even secured. They don't have an SST secured available for their website, which is kind of not good in a way, but still the company's profitable, and it doesn't look like they really care about their website, I guess. The management, global pharmaceutical for development, commercial, innovative therapy to address high unmet medical needs, improve the lives of patients. This is really kind of sketchy. However, let's look at what they have, the date set up for them. August 16. They actually went and talked with the FDA. They released a press release on July 22. However, the FDA identified a deficiency that discussion of labeling. Okay, so they have to redo what they did on July 22 on August 16. So let's see what the drug is that they're going through. So the drug that they're using, they're trying to proceed with FDA is Hetlioz. So basically what that drug is used to treat is for jet lag disorder. So that is quite interesting. Now let's look at the price levels that we can look at to see exactly what the stock can actually perform. Now this is technically not a penny stock. However, the stock is being beat down a lot. So there's a potential for the stock to actually go down even more and eventually become a penny stock. So however, this is the exception for it. This is not a penny stock. It's actually a profitable company, $21 million, $21.5 million, but it's trending down. Alright guys, so this is technically not a penny stock, but the stock is trending down a lot. So there's a potential for it to be a penny stock in the future, but however, it can also be a very, very profitable company as it currently is. So the price points that we're technically looking at right now is basically the support and resistance levels that the stock had in the past. So if you're a very short bias, you think the stock is going to go trend down, your first target is going to be $8.74. Or you can look at the first target as $11.98, but this is very, very close, and the stock is actually trading really, really close. So if you're looking ahead for 1 month, you have to have a bigger perspective of where the stock could go in the next month. That's why I've used a very longer time frame for this specific stock. And also, if you're a long-term, if you're a long bias and you want to buy this company, your first target, you can risk off of this level, and your first target could be this area of supply and demand that the stock has over here. It's going to be $14.70, and if it's positive, and if the positive news comes out with the news, there's a potential for it to continue to go up to $17.31. So that can be your second target. But the price is definitely going to be, the news is definitely going to determine what the outcome of the stock is. Just to go over the past 3 stocks that we've covered over here in my previous video, EVOK was one of them, one of the stocks that we were looking at for the end of July. So the stock is performing substantially very well, and it's hit the price target was set for it. So on that video, you specifically said that if the stock actually has a positive news from the FDA, as you can see over here, the FDA meeting and things like that, the stock can start to trend up, and our target is going to be this price point over here. It hit our price point target at $1.28, and our second target was $1.35. The price hit exactly those levels, and if you want to take a short position on it, you can risk off of this level and take a short position, and your target is definitely going to be right over here for the stock to pull down. Now, the other stock that we were looking for was NTEC. Now, NTEC was an amazing trading opportunity, mainly because the FDA news actually did not advance. If you look at over here, the initial SLAM drug, the phase 3 trial did not go through, so the stock did not pass the phase 3 trial results. So the stock actually crashed hard. So it went from trading at $3 to 0.54 cents. So that is extreme volatility. As you can see over here, also the stock has been trending down a lot in the past year and also the past 5 years. It's been going down, and eventually it basically got buried with the news that the FDA 3 trial did not go through. So now this is what we are talking about, the extreme volatility and the extreme price movement related to this FDA related press release that these stocks actually show. Now, the other stock that we were looking for was MRKR. MRKR also had a negative news with the FDA. As you can see over here, we were looking at this price level to use a support and resistance area, and our target, if you're taking a long position, was over here at 971. But however, if you've taken a short position, this was an amazing opportunity. Right when the news hit, the stock actually gapped down substantially. So if you take a short position on it, anticipation of the continuation of the stock sell-off, we could have profited a lot amount of money. It went from $8.53. It broke that support level. It just tanked, and it opened up second day gap down to $7.50, and it sold off. Now it's at $5.48. It is continuing to sell off. Now, that is the beauty of this FDA related news, because there's going to be extreme volatility in the stock, a great opportunity to take a short or long position. So that's why we cover all of these stocks every month in this channel. So if you're interested, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video. I also go live on Sundays and Thursday. If you want to participate in those live streams, make sure you DM me on Instagram, subscribe to the channel on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram, and you can DM me there. You can also send me an email if you want to be part of it. But this is going to be the end of the video, guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to really be careful, manage your risk, and I'll see you on the next video, guys. Peace.